welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing this really close up because I'm insecure about all my jowls here. Look at that, like all that extra fat hanging off my, it's making my face not having a chin whatsoever. Like my chin just disappears. So this way it's combating that. What happens when you turn 40, I suppose. Anyway, welcome back to my channel today, guys. Today I want to talk about this phenomenon that I am experiencing lately, and it feels very odd and weird because I don't think I've ever experienced this in my life. Um, so yesterday I watched this YouTuber videos and he was talking about some other things. Like he talks usually primarily about spiritualities in a practical way, which I really like because the way he does it is very casual and it's not very serious, but at the same time what he's saying also have substance. So I like it. It's a really good balance of taking things seriously enough, but not too serious that it becomes a parody almost. So, but one of the things that he was saying really makes me, it triggers something in me in a positive way. That in a way that I never experienced before. If you guys are new here, just letting you guys know, I'm Valourine. I do yapping videos, which is like talking videos, basically mostly for 2025. I also do vlogs sometimes. In 2024, I did like 5 days a week vlogs. So if you want to watch vlogs, you can go into the playlist and watch that. Um, and I also do other things on the internet. You can check out my descriptions box and to see the links of what I do on the internet as well. Anyway, getting back to this particular thing, and that he was talking about something. He was talking like, and then he was mentioning things like, "Oh, I have got better things to do with my time. If I were going to do what they were telling me to do, I prefer just to go out shopping rather than listening to what they were saying. So he was yapping about that, he was talking about that, and suddenly I had this vision of myself shopping and going to like luxury shops and just shops in general, and just go in a shopping spree. I never imagined myself doing a shopping spree my whole entire life. Like I imagine myself like buying apartments and be really restful and just want to rest and just want to do things that I wanted to do, which basically not worry about money and stuff. But I never really imagined myself going shopping. It's never one of those fantasy that I have in my brain. Maybe because I'm not a big shopper myself, and I feel like the more stuff I have, the more I have to get rid of my existing stuff because usually space is very limited in my life, in my room or in my space in general. So it's quite hard for me to think of like having a shopping spree imagination or fantasy because that requires more work at the end of the day, because it means like I need to rearrange my space so that I can fit in these new things. But when he mentioned his shopping spree desire, or as a, even it was like a throwaway comment, I was like, oh yeah, suddenly I'm imagining myself actually going on a shopping spree, and my body felt really relaxed when I had that imagination, which was really surprising because I never ever thought that shopping spree could make me feel relaxed, because it would probably usually makes me feel more tense and occupied in my mind. So I felt like, wow, something must have changed in my brain. Like something must have happened. Like there's something that shifted in my brain that makes me feel like, oh, shopping spree is a good idea. Because, like, let me preface, the idea of shopping is quite tiring because you basically have to get up, get dressed, and go out there. And then basically you have to carry your stuff yourself most of the time. So it's not like it's a happy and relaxing experience for me. Usually it would means a lot of work, a lot of physical work, energy being dispersed, being around people. So in general, usually it's not a positive experience, but in this particular instance, it triggered positive feelings. It's like it felt really relaxing. It feels like it was actually a therapeutical session. Like, you know how people say, like, oh, you shopping therapy, retail therapy. Like, I never had that ever in in my brain. But when I imagined it yesterday, I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a relaxing thing to do, and I was really surprised. So I'm trying to imagine myself going to a shopping therapy session in my brain. Like, oh, where do I want to go if I have the chance to do it? I thought, like, oh, maybe I want to go to this really branded, shops, because I was like imagining a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I have this YouTube channel that I was watching about this girl. Like, she lives in Sydney as well, but she is a foreign national, so she's not like the vlog is not in English, by the way. But she lives here. She lives in Sydney, and like so all uh the sceneries or like the backgrounds when she's outside is basically very familiar. And she used to, like, I watched her channel and she has money, and like maybe her parents have money, I don't know. But like like when she shops in Bodega Veneta, and she shops in like really high end brand. Like, if you go to Westfield, she would shop in, Balenciaga. She would shop in, YSL, Montclair, like that type kind of shops. Like, I remember like one time she basically needed shoes because she was outside and the shoes that she was wearing broke or something. So she went into Veneta, yeah, that very up class trendy shop. And like, and she bought a sandals out of a whim because she needed it, and it cost $800. And it was just a pair of slippers basically. And she could just do that. She could just do and shop $800. Like, I would go to Kmart and shop like a $6. I even have to think about like spending $6 on a new pair of thongs and a new pair of flip flops. And she just like that's I had to think about it usually, but she didn't even think about like spending $800. So I guess, my psyche, shopping is stressful. So the fact that I was watching this person's mentioning about shopping, and I got triggered into my imagination, and I imagined myself shopping, and my body suddenly felt really relaxed with the idea, made me feel like maybe my life is turning. Maybe money is coming my way. Maybe because money is no longer going to be an issue in my life. Like, this is total speculation and total fantasy conjuring, by the way, guys. Maybe it's a good signal. Maybe it's a signal that my problems with money will be overcome without even having to touch any of the work that needs to be done, without any of my involvement whatsoever. I'm thinking, because sometimes imagination can be a prelude to your future, and sometimes the way your body reacts to certain images or certain visual stimulation is a good way to indicate what's coming towards you, because your body is basically a precognition tool, because your body is basically, it comes first before your left brain was online. Your left brain is basically the one that is speaking right now, that is listening, the one that is aware, while your right brain has been developing for the first 2 years of your life. So your right brain is basically what governs all the other things that are silent and automatic, like the one that is monitoring your heartbeat, the way your lungs is like exchanging oxygen with CO2, and all the things that are being filtered. It is being governed. You just don't know about it, and it's automatic. So your body comes first, like your heartbeat come first. So it's like your body is basically a tool that is being used before your brain, your left hemisphere, is able to kind of tracks it in its linear fashion, timeline wise. So That's why I feel like, oh, my body feels very relaxed when it comes to thinking about shopping. Maybe it means like I would not have any kind of monetary issues in the near future, because the idea of spending has become quite entertaining and has quite become relaxing, which means like I don't have to worry whether I have money to spend or not, whether the money is going to go away or not. It's not a stressful event anymore. And I know that sounds so far fetched, but I feel like I wanted to share it with you guys, because maybe some things have changed in your life as well. Like maybe things that used to be really stressful suddenly becomes a relaxing activity, and you find it quite surprising. You don't know what's the reason, and I'm just trying to give you a probable reason. Might be because your circumstances might change in the near future, and that's why your body is giving you a different response now to the same stimuli that it was before. So I just want to throw a positive thing out there today, because I feel I do have to really be cautious about my negativity and how I share it. So when positive things comes along, I would definitely share it with you guys here. Anyway, hopefully that's entertaining and helpful somewhat by the end of it. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, people. Also, of course, a reminder, until 31st of March 2025, ING Australia is giving $125 bonus cash for new customers. If you open with their bank, you can see all the applicate all the details that you need and the steps that you need to take, and the link in the description box below is near the end. So if you scroll down, anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye, everyone.